Alright, so I'm making this video because I feel like I'm not that good at talking. And so I think like every video from this point on is going to be about me just talking about random bullshit, just random things I have going on in my head. Sorry, I had to burp. Yeah, I don't really care if anybody watches these videos. If I pick up an audience along the way, welcome to these videos. And trying my best to learn how to like look at myself in the camera and see myself talking. I think to a lot of people that might be normal. Maybe they'll like talk to themselves in the mirror. And of course, like I wake up, I'll do my hair even though it looks a little bit messy right now. And I'll brush my teeth and whatnot. I'll say a couple words here and there, but I think like really just like sitting down, looking at a camera and talking is really good like exposure therapy for learning how to articulate yourself. And that's a skill that I want to develop and I'm trying to get better at. Right now, I'm currently a software engineering intern, and one thing I noticed is that basically everyone has really great soft skills in addition to their engineering skills. Or maybe I'm glazing them. Maybe honestly they're just decent at explaining things, but for me, like I put these people on the pedestal for some reason, and I feel like I myself can never reach that level of articulation. And so for that reason, I'm just gonna make these videos just to kind of talk about, again, like whatever. And the overall goal is to, develop this eye contact with myself. So like right now, I'm like trying my hardest to just, keep looking, to not get lost in the sauce as I'm speaking, looking at myself in this case, and just talking back to me, and kind of practicing this because in the real world, I'm also going to be needing to do this. And secondly, to be able to just talk about any topic really well, even if I have no idea what I'm talking about, to at least like say what I'm thinking in words, I think has a lot of value. I've been finding myself like, more than ever now, like now that I'm in my 20s, I'm like, okay, wow, like I'm becoming a grown-up. I think even if I get laid off like a software engineering job, or AI takes over my roles, whatever people are saying about software engineering right now, I think if there's one thing I can take away from it, and one thing that's taught me, and what I've learned over the past couple of years, is just how important it is to present yourself, to be able to articulate yourself well, because it really says a lot about you. And something that this intern and I have been talking about this past summer, or this whole summer really, is just how surprising you would find it to actually see how many people are talking like they know what they're talking about, but they really don't. And I feel like I'm somebody who doesn't feel either way. Like I feel like I don't know anything at all. I feel like I know nothing. And because of that, then I think, okay, well, if I know nothing, then I shouldn't speak on it. And that leads me to be really quiet. And when people ask me questions about whatever the topic is at hand or the conversation, I just kind of blank out and don't say anything. And I'm tired of doing that. And if I do say something, it comes out in a very unconfident way. And I think people can sense that. And they're like, okay, do we really like trust this guy that we're working with? It could be all my head. Maybe I do sound somewhat articulate, maybe not. But yeah, that's the goal, I just want to, read books, expand my vocabulary, be able to have conversations about these topics. Truly, it's not like a LARPing contest. Like, I don't want to like LARP and present myself as somebody who thinks they're well articulated and gives that off, but doesn't know what to talk about. I want to know what I'm talking about, and I want to be able to speak about it well, because at the end of the day, I want my message to get across. And I've noticed, like, at my current internship, like, when I say a lot of things, they kind of like look at me puzzled. They can kind of get an idea of what I'm hinting at, but you know, they kind of have to like fish it out of me, instead of like, you know, me presenting it to them clearly and saying like, oh, this is what I'm confused on, this is my concern, and you know, this is what I'm asking you about. They're kind of like, oh, did you mean this? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I meant. So that's the overall big goal with this, just to talk about anything. I have a lot of topics in my head. I think maybe I'll start off by saying, like, I don't know what I'm talking about, this is just my take. Like, you know, I don't think I'm like the smartest person in the world. I don't think I'm like anything like really insanely like cracked at anything. I would even go as far as to say I'm not the average guy. I'm kind of like just this guy who's living and figuring stuff out. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, to end this video off, I'll end it off with an introduction. My name is Michael. I'm currently 20 years old. I'm about to turn 21 in 2 weeks. A little less than 2 weeks, actually, now that I think about it. Wow. And, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I'm really trying to figure out who I am. And I think that's a question that maybe will never be truly answered. And I think as time goes on, I'll continue to figure it out who it is that I am. But at least for now, like, I'm pretty confused, like, with what I'm doing. But I hope that in me talking and me getting to express these ideas, I'm able to, you know, say some things. So, yeah. That's me.